Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebartogo.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today we have a special show where we're going to be doing a couple things here. We're going to be tasting some whiskey from Brothers Wright, the coal mine aged bourbon, and we'll get to that after the break. And before the break, we're even going to try some honey from Via Honey, who aged this honey in one of our bourbon barrels, which is pretty cool stuff. We've also got some plans for that barrel, so it should be a great show. We'll talk about that as well. So my name is Steve Akeley, joined by Von Nieters and Josh Dale. What's up, guys?
What's going on?
Not much. We got a fun show lined out, don't we?
Yeah.
We got a lot going on.
Yeah.
This is action-packed. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. So, but before we get to any of that stuff, what we've got planned today, Von Nieters, you said you got something you want to talk about. What is that?
Yeah, I seen this on the internet the other day, so I was kind of curious, since there are only a couple of us here, would you take $200,000 tax-free cash right now?
Okay.
Or would you risk it and flip a coin for $40 million cash, tax-free?
Okay. Well, that's a good one. That's a really good one.
So you risk winning nothing at all if you flip the coin.
Yeah. I think you got to go for the 200,000. I mean, for the 40 million. I think. I mean, 200,000 isn't life-changing. It's good. It certainly can give you a good base. It can help out with things. You can pay some bills. It's in the short term, it can definitely help you out. But when you're talking about 40 million, you're talking about generational wealth, where I know that the rest of my life, I can be rich, and then I know that my kid can be rich, and if she has kids, they can be rich as well. I think I would take the chance at the generational wealth, I think. So you hit on a good number. 200,000 is not too much. If you were like $1 million, I'd be like, at my age, 55, I think I can, tax-free, I could turn that $1 million into something really good, and I'd be fine. But 200,000, again, I don't want to lose $200,000. I'd be crushed if I lose that. But,
right.
But I would also be like, man, I took a chance on myself, so I would do that. So that's what I'm going to lock in.
Okay.
We'll flip a coin after this too to see how we would do if we'll add something else to the show.
Oh, I'm taking the 200,000.
Take the 200,000.
I'm taking the 200,000, going straight to Steinkamp.
Okay.
And saying, here, turn this into 40 million for me.
Okay. All right. Turn it into 40 million. All right.
There you go.
You're the tiebreaker now, Von Nieters.
Well, you made a very good case for flipping the coin, but I think if I'm presented with this decision, I'm taking the money and running.
Okay.
I think
it's
I'm
not a bad decision. It's not a bad. Do you have a coin on you?
I do not have a coin on me. I didn't think about trying this out.
All right. Well, we're going to try it out. We're going to run back. We're going to have you do it. I'm going to call heads. If it's heads, I win $40 million. If it's tails, I lose everything. So there you go. It's a standard U.S. quarter. We'll have Von Nieters do it.
All right.
I'm calling heads.
Here we go. It's tails.
Tails.
I
would have lost $200,000. Yeah, I took a chance, but yeah. And it's not too sad because I didn't really lose 200,000 here. If I would have really lost 200,000, I'd be devastated. Yeah. You'll probably find me dead here in the morning at the ABV Barrel Shop.
Jeez.
So it's glad it worked out how it did. So there you go. That's a lesson for people.
Yeah.
Don't take the 200K. Take the 200K.
Don't leave it up to chance.
All right. So let's open this up and we're going to try this. So this is a company called Via. They are. I'll grab one here. And they're not they're local. They're St. Louis Metro. They're like further north or something. I can't remember exactly where they're at. But they made this honey, and they were looking to do some barrel aging. They put out a post on social media, and I said, hey, we've got barrels. We had a 10-gallon barrel, which is perfect for a Distillery 291. So they took that, and then our idea is to have them age the honey in there, which they did. By the way, they end up winning second place in the world for infused honey. So a bourbon barrel aged counts as infused. They take it to the big honey event in the United States. They get second place with it, which is pretty cool. The next step is we want to get a bourbon barrel aged beer in there, a honey kolsch. So we've got a guy who makes that. He just won best home brewer in Missouri. So he's going to put that in there. Then he can keep the beer, whatever he does. He's a home brewer. And then we're going to take that. And then we've got some Stumpy's bourbon that is a popular barrel pick that we have. We have them keep 10 gallons set aside. We're going to take that 10 gallons and then age it in that barrel. Should be pretty good stuff. But today, all we get to do is taste the honey. Let's see what it tastes like. So, gentlemen, you got a clean spoon. You can put that in there. Honey is kind of a pain, as we know. You got to kind of work it around and all that. So there's some char in here and stuff you see and things like that. So there's a napkin, and Josh will give you one as well. Here's a napkin. There you go. Let's give it a taste. Yeah, that is really good.
Oh yeah,
that is really good honey.
Yeah.
I'm not even a honey guy.
I know. I love that. So
that is delicious.
That is some really smooth, delicious. I mean, the consistency is like velvet. I mean, it's really good stuff.
Yeah, you can definitely tell why they won second place.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Yeah. So that's really nice stuff. So, step one is now in place. We've got the honey is done. And we're going to be carrying some of this at the ABV Barrel Shop. So right now they put it in one of their standard jars for me. Just wanted to give me a sample of it. But I did say we want to buy some wholesale. We'll be selling it here at the shop. They're looking at putting it in some sort of whiskey type of bottle. And I'm talking they're going to do like two sizes, a 375 milliliter and like 100 milliliter. So depending on if you want a little or a lot. So that's what they've got going on. Once they find the bottles, they'll begin selling that, and we'll, like I said, carry some here. So should be fun.
I'll definitely be picking some of that up.
Yeah, it's really good.
The wife likes to put honey in her tea, so
okay, yeah,
she'll definitely appreciate that.
Yeah, that was delicious. All right, what we'll do next? We'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to be trying this Brothers Wright whiskey. That'll be fun. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of Executive Bourbon Steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your Executive Bourbon Steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your Executive Bourbon Steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. Practice session. Here we go.
What?
Just say it. It's recording. You don't have to press anything. Don't press it.
Can I get the words?
Go ahead, Joe.
Can I get the words?
No.
Welcome to the Earth Daily. Today we are talking about what we are going to talk about on the Bourbon Daily.
Nailed it. All right, everybody, welcome back. This is Steve Akeley, joined by Von Nieters and Josh Dale, a couple of regulars here at the ABV Barrel Shop, where we are right now at the tasting bar. And we have 3 different offerings from Brothers Wright. So they came on the Bourbon Show recently. They said, hey, appreciate coming on the show. We would like you to have some of the product. I'd like you to taste what we've got going on. So Evan Wright sent me this. Just, again, they're not in Missouri or anything like that, just as a way to taste what they've got out there. Again, full disclosure, they're sourcing stuff. This is not anything they're making, and he talks about that. This is not a secret or anything like that. We eventually have a full production distillery. They're not there yet, so no shame in that. You have to be able to make money when you start a business, so that's what they're doing right now. We've got 3 offerings here. We've got a wheated bourbon that comes in at 102 proof. It's 4 years and 2 months old. Then we're going to have a blend of rye and wheat. So we got a nice blend of bourbons, rye and a wheated bourbon. Comes in at 105.3 proof. It's 4 years, 5 months. 8 days, too, if you want to keep track of that specific. And then last but not least is a 4-grain barrel proof, and it comes in at 116.3 proof. And this one is 5 years, 4 months, and 19 days, or 14 maybe. I have a little tough time reading that.
Yeah.
I think
It's
14 or
real
19.
small.
14 or 19, maybe 19. I can't
Handwritten,
tell for sure.
you can't tell.
Yeah. So, yes. So that's what we've got here. Let's try the first one. We'll work left to right, guys. So the first one, just like I'm looking at them left to right, is the wheated bourbon. So this is 102 proof, 4-year plus age. Let's see what we got here.
Wow, that smells wonderful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. I mean, tastes like a wheater. I mean, it's what you're looking for there. 4 years, a couple months. And, it's very good.
Yeah,
That
is really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
And that was 115?
No, that's 102.
102, okay.
102.
It's almost got like a toffee note to it.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah.
That was...
Definitely has that kind of going on. That's nice. This stuff also has coal mine age on it, and I assume they had this down in the mine to put it on the label. Ultimately, they're going to do some coal mine aging. They're also going to do some in traditional warehouses, which makes sense because this is a big experiment. Even they if you listen to the Bourbon Show, they say, we don't know what's going to happen in that coal mine. I mean, no one's ever done this. It's not like you can go back and see historically what happens when you age in a coal mine. No one knows. We do know it's probably going to age differently than out in a traditional warehouse where you're exposed to elements, temperature swings, and all that. You're aging it in a very cool setting and not a lot of temperature fluctuation, so it should be interesting. It's probably going to take a lot longer, that's for sure. So it makes some sense. They'll do some in traditional warehouse, some down below the ground. So pretty good. All right. Next up is the blend. So you got a wheated bourbon and a rye. So I guess rye whiskey maybe, and then wheated bourbon. It just says rye. So anytime I see just rye, I would think rye whiskey and wheated bourbon. 105.3 proof. It's a 4-year, 5 month. So let's give this one a taste. Also very pleasant. I mean, it's
Oh yeah.
it's nice.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, 105.3 proof. Drinks easy. And you get that combination of your wheater for the sweetness, and there is definitely some rye punch to it for sure. So kind of finishes on the rye note, I'd say. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Definitely for the rye drinker.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's tasty.
Yep.
It is.
Yeah, for sure. All right, last but not least is a barrel-proof 4-grain. I would assume this is a bourbon. Product BW. What would that mean? BW. Brothers Wright barrel proof is
there you go.
These are all sample bottles here too, folks. So we're not looking at their like the actual branding how it'd be, and it's handwritten. So sometimes that can make it a little different. But I would assume it's bourbon, but it could be rye as well. Not exactly sure. 4-grain. It just depends on what the primary grain is. I guess it's just 4-grain. So that's it's just a 4-grain whiskey. So 5 years, 4 months. Let's try it. Last one. Here we go. Yeah, that
There's a lot going on there.
There's a lot going on. That's a solid offering as well. Really good stuff. 5 years, 4 months. Definitely drinks up a little bit higher than the other ones, but it's also higher proof too, so it makes sense. About 10 points higher. So yeah, what do you guys think of that one?
That one's really good.
Really good.
They're all easy drinkers.
Yeah,
Very good. I was definitely a skeptic with the coal mine age.
Right.
I will admit I was a skeptic, but they surprised me.
should be fun to see what they do. What was your favorite of the day, Josh? We'll start with you.
I would say, being a rye guy, I would say the blend.
The blend. Okay.
Blend was definitely had a good wheat start and a good rye finish.
Yeah.
It was delicious.
All right, Von Nieters.
Well, I was going to say the same thing, but just to not say the same thing, I'm going to go with the first one, the Weeder.
Right.
I don't know. There's some unique flavors going on there that you don't always get from a wheat.
I think you hit it when you said toffee. There's definitely toffee
yeah.
notes to that. Yeah, I liked them all too. I think the Weeded is the standout one though. I think that was really solid. And like I said, when you said the toffee note, it was like ding. So that set in. So yeah, really good stuff. So it'll be fun to watch what Brothers Wright does. Here's some trivia too. My buddy Royce Neely went to college with Evan Wright, so it's a funny thing. And of course, Royce famously might have done a little moonshining back in the day, and apparently Evan would buy it, and then he would cut it down a little bit and resell. So he was a repackager, if you will. So yeah. I think he was involved in some of that stuff too. So he was a customer of Royce's, but at the same time, he was also kind of turned it into a little business for himself as well. So pretty cool stuff. So there you go. There is a tasting of Brothers Wright, one of probably the first ones to have access to these, and to be able to taste them on our show is pretty cool stuff. And it was just a great show today. We had a lot going on here, so very, very, very cool. All right, well, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Josh, you're not really into the social media thing, right?
I am not.
Where to find you is probably here at the ABV Barrel Shop.
That is exactly where
that's where you find them. So if you want to see Josh and interact with him, just come here. More than likely, he's either here or was just here. So yeah. So there you go. All right, Von Nieters, how about you? Where can people find you?
You can also find me at ABV Barrel Shop pretty often, hanging out at the tasting bar and talking with the regulars and hanging out with Steve.
There you go.
Other than that, you can find me on Instagram at Von Nieters.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website, that thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out. Everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more, abvnetwork.com. Come by and see us, the ABV Barrel Shop. Hang out with me and Josh and Von Nieters, and we'll talk whiskey, and we'll embrace you like you're one of our own. So we can come in here. We might even put you on a podcast. You never know. So check us out online, ABV Barrel Shop, tasting bar. No. What the hell did that come from?
Darren.
I'm like Darren. ABVBarrelShop.com. We're at the ABV Barrel Shop tasting bar. I was thinking ahead of myself there, but it's just ABVBarrelShop.com. Come by and see us, and we'll have some fun, and you can laugh at me and Darren and everyone else. So check us out online, ABVBarelShop.com. That's it for today. See you tomorrow. Bye.
See ya.
Peace. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing, the ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.